All right, so let's get right into it. You've got this dream, right? Moving to the sun-drenched province of Malaga in Spain. It's an amazing goal. But hold on, before you even think about looking at houses online, there's this massive first decision you've got to make. And trust me, it's going to shape absolutely everything about your new life. So, what's it going to be? The lively, buzzing coast or the quiet, authentic inland countryside?
And this right here, this is the most important idea to wrap your head around from the get-go. It kind of flips the whole house hunting thing upside down, doesn't it? Because think about it. You could find the most perfect, beautiful house, but if it's in the wrong location for your lifestyle, it's just going to become a headache. We're talking about one single choice, coast or inland, that's going to decide your daily routine, how much money you spend, and yeah, even your entire social circle. It's a huge deal. So let's think of this like you're standing at a fork in the road. You've got two completely different paths in front of you. And before we get into the nitty-gritty of money or schools, we really need to get a feel for the vibe of each place, you know? Because these aren't just slightly different options, they are totally different ways of life. And this breaks it down really simply. Over on one side, you've got the coast. What does that mean? Well, it's all about convenience, having that international community around and always having something going on, a real social buzz. Then you look at the other side, the inland life. We're talking more space, a much calmer pace of life, and getting really connected with the local Spanish community. And listen, one is not better than the other. It's all about looking at these two descriptions and asking yourself, okay, which one of these is really me? Okay, so we've talked about the feel, the vibe, but let's be real. For pretty much all of us, the dream has to line up with the bank account. So it's time to get practical. Let's talk about the money. What can you actually afford? And we're going to look at some projected property prices for 2026, which are based on what the market is doing right now. Okay, first up, the coast. You're looking at a starting price of around 3,500 euros per square meter for an apartment. And you might be thinking, whoa, why is it so high? Well, it's pretty simple, really. You've got tons of international buyers, people looking for a holiday home, and investors all wanting a piece of the pie. All that demand just keeps the market super hot and competitive. But now, what happens if we just get in the car and drive, say, 30 to 60 minutes inland? Just look at this. That price, it just plummets. We're talking around 1,200 euros per square meter for an apartment. The difference isn't just big, it's absolutely massive. You get so much more for your money. So this table here just lays it all out nice and clear. You can see the price ranges for apartments and villas, both on the coast and inland. Just look at that gap between the two. But what does a gap like that actually mean for your life? Well, here's what it means. For the same amount of money, you could be choosing between a 2-bed apartment with a little balcony on the coast or a 4-bedroom villa with a pool and a garden, just a short drive inland. Come on, that is a life-changing difference right there. Okay, so money is one huge piece of the puzzle, for sure. But what about just living? What does daily life actually feel like in these two places? Let's really dig into that now, especially for the two groups of people who are usually making this move, families with kids and folks looking to retire in the sun.
Well, if what you're looking for is a really smooth, easy transition, the coast is pretty much built for you. For families, you've got a much bigger choice of great international schools. If you're retiring, there are tons of social clubs ready to go, full of active people. And honestly, English-speaking services are just everywhere. It's all set up to help you land on your feet and start feeling at home, right away.
Inland, though, is a whole different ballgame. The perks are totally different. Yeah, you get all that space and affordability we were just talking about, and life is definitely quieter, less rushed. But look at that last point, true integration. Now, this path requires a bit more from you. You're going to need a car, no question, and you'll need to be excited about dusting off your Spanish. But the payoff? It can be a much deeper, more authentic connection with the local community.
So when I say integration, what does that actually mean? Well, think of it this way. It's about becoming part of the local fabric. It's the difference between finding an awesome group of fellow expats at a social club, which is great, by the way, and, becoming real friends with the person who owns the local bakery, the one who starts making your coffee the second you walk in the door. See the difference? Both are fantastic, but they're very different feelings. It's basically a choice between instant community on the coast and building a deep, long-term community from the ground up inland. Okay, we've covered the vibe, the money, and the day-to-day life. That's a lot to think about. So how do you possibly pull all this together and make a decision? Well, that's what this next part is all about. Think of it as your personal compass, a little checklist to help you figure out which direction is right for you, your own true north in Malaga.
All right, let's just go through this step by step, and I want you to be really honest with yourself here. First step, can your budget genuinely handle those higher coastal prices without stretching you too thin? Number 2, if you have kids, are international schools an absolute must-have, a total deal breaker? Okay, number 3, do you crave quiet and space more than you crave buzz and convenience? Really think about that. 4, is having a ready-made active social life at the very top of your priority list? And last one, number 5, how do you feel about being more independent? Does the idea of figuring things out and really diving into a new culture excite you? You see, your answers to these questions, they should start making the right choice pretty obvious.
And really, that brings us full circle, right back to the main question. At the end of the day, the best place to live in Malaga isn't some spot you see on a postcard. It's the place that just fits, the one that fits your real life, your actual budget, and who you are as a person. So, after everything we've gone through, which version of Malaga is your Malaga? Only you know the answer to that. But I really hope you now have a much clearer map to help you find it.